Hey, Professor Wiseguy here, and I've just got to tell you a story, all right? This is kind of from last week. This is Monday after Thanksgiving that I'm recording this, and this story happened last Monday. Now, it was the one day all week that I was going to be meeting with my classes, right? We had classes on Monday, nothing the rest of the week. There was that holiday, and we got into gluttony and all that stuff. And I decided it was a good time in my Comp 1 class to give them a day when it was just an optional day, okay? It was a work day. They could come into the classroom and work there. They could go to the library. They could, who am I kidding? I knew what they were gonna do. They were gonna sleep in, right? But I told them I would be there. I'd have the room open and they could use one of our computers and blah, blah, blah. So, 8 o'clock, I go in. Who's gonna be there at 8 o'clock if they don't have to be? Amazingly, I had 6 students show up, and I thought, some of them don't know they don't have to be here. Sure enough, one of them especially, I'm gonna call her Nellie. She comes in a couple minutes late. I said, "Are you aware you didn't have to be here?" And she gave me this look of utter frustration. Well, let me tell you a little bit about Nellie, okay? Back toward the beginning of the semester, Nellie would come in almost every day about 10 to 15 minutes late for class. I don't like it when people come in late for class. It's disruptive. It's not good for them. It's not good for me. It's not good for the rest of the class. And so I did what I typically do. I just buttonholed her after class and said, "Hey, Nellie, is there a reason why you're late pretty much every day?" Well, turned out there was a reason. She had to wait for her mom to get home from working overnight and stay with her little sister. And then she had to get the car and take her other sister to work. Or, I don't remember what all the details were, but she had a lot of stuff she was trying to balance and trying to make work. I'm like, well, that's a good thing. I admire that. And I understand it. So I just said, well, would you just try best you can to make it on time if you can? And amazingly, she did. She'd be 2 minutes late or 3 minutes late, or sometimes she was early. And it was working out okay, but she was still running kind of late. It was clear that she didn't have quite everything under control in her life. And so when she came in and I said, "Are you aware you don't have to be here?" And she kind of gave this look like, "Oh my gosh, I just ruined my morning to get here on time." She wasn't on time, but that's a different matter. I felt kind of bad for her. But we laughed about it a little bit, and when she got up to leave toward the end of the hour, I said, "Well, hey, have a good break." And she said, "What is this week Thanksgiving?" Who doesn't know when Thanksgiving is coming when you're a student and you're going to get days off of class? I mean, gosh. But no, I said, "Yeah, it's Thanksgiving. I'm going to have to buy you a calendar." Oh, I didn't buy her a calendar. But here's the point of this video. It's not just to tell you this long, rambling, boring story. It's this. If you are somebody like Nellie and you have a lot of complexity in your life, you've just got to keep on top of things. You've got to have a calendar. You've got to write things down. You've got to set reminders for yourself on your phone. You've got to do whatever it takes to make sure that you don't let things just get away from you. In fact, probably the best thing to do is when you come into class 5 minutes late, look to that person to the left of you or to the right of you and say, "Hey, did I miss anything important?" Get them to tell you. So if you are a Nellie, then get the information and stay on top of things. That's the way you can make it all work. Now, if you are not a Nellie, if your life is so simple and so cared for and all that you don't have any of those sorts of problems, then count your lucky stars that that's the case. You're fortunate, and that's wonderful. Now, finally, this is for my fellow teachers. I talked to a guy recently. He was in my house, and he was talking about going to college, and he told about a teacher he had at another community college, which will remain nameless, but it's not mine, and how frustrated he was when this one teacher would lock the door at, we'll say, 8 o'clock, whenever the class was supposed to begin. I understand you want people to be there on time. You want to get that across. But there are other ways to do it other than being a jerk. Have some compassion for people. Understand that people are sometimes facing some stuff that's a little bit difficult. And it's not just they wanted to get a parking spot within 15 feet of the front door. Work with people and challenge them. Get them to do the right thing. But, you know, everybody's late now and again, including me as a teacher, and including you as a teacher. So, that's my thing for today. If you're Nellie, stay on top of things. If you're Nellie's teacher, have a heart. Realize what we got into this thing for. So that's all I've got to say about this. Enjoy your day and get out of here.